Hello and welcome into another edition of the Scorching Start on the Birds Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Sammy Miller, alongside your broadcasters, Ian Nicholas and Dylan Pescatore. We are back here at Eldridge Park after last night's huge walk-off 7-6 victory over the Wareham Gatemen. And before we talk about today's game against the Harbor Hawks, we have to talk about last night. Dylan, Johnny Olmstead, he was the man of the hour. He had the walk-off, but we also have to talk about Sean Matson coming in, pitching 2 1/3 innings with 3 strikeouts. How special were those two for the Firebirds?
Let's start with Matson, right? He comes in, 2 outs, bases loaded, and the craziest play happens. He forces a pop-up that no one saw. It drops, and Wareham takes the lead 6-5. Now he has to kind of collect himself and then pitch 2 1/3 more innings of shutout ball, which he did. And then you go over to Olmstead. He's known as the veteran, the older guy on the team, and comes up in the biggest spot, bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th of a tie game. And he just lines it up the middle, does what he does best. He hit that ball at 103 miles per hour. Talk about that, and he's the hero last night.
It was such a special night. I had a hard time going to sleep. The energy was high. I bet the players were feeling the same way as well. And another player that we have to highlight is Andy Blake. He really continues to showcase why he was last year's Ivy League Player of the Year. He's also the RBI machine for the Firebirds, already putting up 10 this season. Ian, how important is he for the success of Orleans so far?
Oh, it's so big. I think you could argue that this has been a completely different season offensively because Andy Blake has started to rake at the top of the order. There's a reason why he's headed to Duke next year. It's because he hits the ball hard and he hits the ball often. Over a .370 batting average during his last year at Columbia, but he also hit double-digit long bombs, and he hit his first of the year last night, but he wasn't done. He has kept coming back for more and more. He was making hard contact throughout the season, really from start to finish so far. He just was getting a little bit unlucky to start the year, and now things are starting to fall his way. He's putting it in the gap. He's putting it over the wall. He is batting in the top 4 in the order for good reason every night. I'm impressed with his defense, too. He played left field for the second time last night. He's a shortstop through and through. He's been really good defensively as well.
And it's always a good day when you see Dylan Jacobs' name on the starting lineup. He has been incredible so far for the Firebirds. Dylan, what does he have to do tonight to try to help the team set the tone early on?
Yeah, I want him to do the same that he did last time up against Katuitt. He actually had 2 innings where he only threw 9 pitches. I mean, it was really, really good. His efficiency has been great. His strike throwing has been really on point. He's not walking a lot of guys. And when he has that off-speed going, when the changeup and the slider are going and getting swings and misses, you know Jacobs is on his game.
And the last time the Firebirds and the Harbor Hawks faced off together, it was opening day. That seems like it was a million years ago, and the teams are very different. So, Ian, what are some of those differences?
Well, the biggest difference, Sammy, for me is Ben Williamson is no longer with this Harbor Hawks team. He was the first Cape Cod Baseball League Player of the Week out of William and Mary, the tribe. He was everything for this team, a star outfielder. Made a great diving catch in that first game for the Harbor Hawks, albeit in a Hyannis loss, and he was really good from the plate. Hit for average, hit for power, but probably a little too good to be playing summer ball this late into the year. He was released by the team, but not because he's not good at baseball, but probably because he's either going to get drafted or he got what he needed out of the Cape Cod Baseball League. So that's the biggest difference for Eric Beatty's team, but this is the same manager who engineered an unbelievable turnaround last year, and it's a team that is still resilient, fighting in the middle of the West Division.
And these Harbor Hawks so far this season have been known to really come alive in the last few innings. So, Dylan, my question to you is, how does the Firebirds try to create a lead that's hard to come back?
Well, they have to get going on offense and early. This is a Hyannis team that gives up a lot of runs. They have to get on the board early and often. Last night, they were up 4-0 against Wareham and allowed them to get back into the game. They left a lot of runners on base in those middle innings. So the middle innings of 4-6, 4-7, the Firebirds need to really control those, get a lead going, and let the arms at the back of the bullpen have a little bit of space to work with.
And you guys already know what my next question is going to be. I need the keys to the game. Ian, you're up first.
Johnny Olmstead has been an absolute spark plug, and he's now hitting number 2 once again tonight. He won the game last night. That can't be the rest. He has to continue to dominate. Need another 2 hits at least from Johnny O tonight.
I love it. We'll see if Johnny O continues to be red hot. Dylan, what about you?
I go with the new guy, Justin Rubin. He had a hit last night in the 7th inning and then a big walk as well in the 9th and a good at-bat. I think if he gets another knock tonight and uses his speed on the base paths, along with a really big defensive piece for the Firebirds at shortstop.
And another big question is, will the Firebirds manager Kelly Nicholson get win number 400 tonight? We will have to wait and see. But don't you worry, there's a lot more content on the Scorching Start.
All right, let's go to war, boys. You guys can get out.
I'm now joined alongside Firebirds manager Kelly Nicholson. Coach, congrats on the walk-off win last night. How special was it really celebrating with all your guys?
Well, it was great to see us come back, right? We lost that ball in the sky. I've seen that happen before. Unfortunately, when we lost it last night, the bases were loaded and all three of those dudes scored, and it put them up 6-5. What I was really proud of, Sammy, was the way our guys responded. I felt good in the dugout the whole night, even when we got down a run, and even when that happened. My gut was telling me we were going to come back and at least tie and, possibly win that game, and that's exactly what we did.
How about Johnny Olmstead? Just an incredible person, an incredible player. How special as a coach to really see a player, all their hard work pay off.
Yeah, you hit it right on the nose. He's a great teammate. He's a really good player. He played third base all year at USC, and he's bounced over to first and has done a terrific job over there. We could play him at second. I'm sure we could run him out to the outfield. Those guys that can play multiple spots, Sammy, are really valuable in the summertime. So super happy for Johnny last night, man. They were between a rock and a hard place, right? They either had to pitch to Joe or they had to pitch to Johnny O. So we were in a good spot. I like the bird spot going into that at bat.
And last night was Jake Pepper's final start for the Firebirds. How much are you going to miss him? But at the same time, how excited are you for his future?
Yeah, I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. I think he's going to go pretty good in the draft. He's really good on the mound, but I'm going to really miss him as a person. He's a great kid, man. We rode the bus together. We would, I'm hopping on the Yellow Dog this summer, and he was always my bus partner. And come to find out, we share the same birthday, and so it was, I got to know him a little bit on the few, 6, 8, 10 bus rides we've had. But he's a terrific young man, and like I said, I think he's going to go good in the draft. I wish him all the best.
He will definitely be missed. And the starting pitcher tonight on the bump is Dylan Jacobs, who has been absolutely dealing all summer long. What do you think his biggest strengths are?
Well, he throws strikes, and he's got good stuff, and he likes to pitch, and he likes to compete. I think his last outing at Katuitt, I think he only threw went 5 innings, but only threw 42, 43 pitches. So he should be nice and fresh tonight. If not, we got guys in the bullpen that are ready to rock and roll. So expect a good outing from Jake tonight.
And the last time you faced the Harbor Hawks, it was all the way back to opening day. I know it feels like a million years ago. How different are these two teams now?
Well, I think they're way different. And even if they were the same personnel, they'd be way different. Hitting-wise, it's about that time of the summer. What are we, game 20, where guys are feeling a little more comfortable offensively, and you have some scouting reports on guys. We're crazy as it seems, Sammy. We're almost halfway through, right? It goes fast, but Eric does a great job. He was a manager of the year last year. He always puts out a good team. They're going to be able to pitch. Mason Nichols, who was with the USA team, goes to Ole Miss, is starting against us. So we have our work cut out for us tonight. We got to do those 4 things well again tonight, and hopefully we'll come out on the right end of the stick.
Hopefully it's win 400 too, Coach. Thank you, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Hey, set the tone, boys.
I'm now joined alongside Duke's Andy Blake. First off, congrats on the win last night. How was it to celebrate with the team, spray the water on Johnny?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I mean, Johnny worked a good at it and hit the ball hard up the middle, and everyone was super excited, and it was a great time to come out here and win and, celebrate with the boys.
And Andy, I told you that you're the RBI master of this team. You already have 10 on the season. What is your key to success?
Just hit the ball. I mean, nothing can happen if you don't hit the ball. So I just try to hit the ball hard, and they've been finding holes and, getting through the infield and past the outfielders, and it feels good, and it's good to hit the guys home.
And speaking of outfielders, you were in the outfield last night in the left field. You robbed a homer. What did you see on that play?
Yeah. So the ball went up, and I've always dreamed of robbing a home run since I was a little kid, and I was like, this is my opportunity. So I just got to the fence, and I saw the ball all the way in and caught it, and, it felt really good.
Well, look, dreams are becoming a reality tonight. What do you think your biggest keys to just playing in the outfield? I know you've only played a few times, but what do you think helps you out there?
Yeah, I think just being adjustable, and being athletic helps. And the golden rule is, since I was a little kid, is when the ball goes up, first step is back, and then I read the ball. So, I always take one step back and try to see where it's going to end, and then I just kind of let the body take over and just do what I can do and catch the ball.
And your manager, Kelly Nicholson, could reach 400 career wins tonight. So how much does he mean to you and really this team as a whole?
Yeah, he means everything. I mean, we're all here because of him and because he believed in us and he thought we could play here. And yeah, he's everything about this team. He is the Orleans Firebird. And yeah, he's a great coach, great manager, and I have a lot of respect for him.
Well, thank you so much, Andy. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That'll do it for this edition of the Scorching Start on the Birds Broadcast Network. Make sure you tune in at 6:30 when the Firebirds take on the Harbor Hawks.